Welcome, we are the Story Speakers Guild, bringing you roleplay entertainment.
Hello.
Hi, friends.
Where we had last left off, the party had just finished reconvening with Corvus, having some slightly difficult talks about what to do next. And the young assaulted member decided to sleep with a stripper. She also will not be joining us tonight. Take that as you will if you die tonight.
And we hope that you feel better if you watch this, Rose.
So, Corvus, you had just received information from your bots. One unfortunately died in the process of getting it, though.
Right. There were a few things that I had to consider in terms of figuring out the next step in action. And I feel like it might be necessary to reconvene with them once the rest of the party later. But in the meantime, where was the where was the location in question of the main camp?
The location is the fenced-in house in the upper region.
Okay. All right. Based on what I know from reviewing the recording, when was the operation to be determined to be to have to be finished, or was there an indefinite period of time allotted?
Their job was to take this place, and to take most places in Louisiana.
Right, but was that the soldiers' understanding, or were they also aware of the threat of the Wraith Lord or the Wraith King? Sorry.
They are aware of it. That's another problem they plan on taking care of.
Okay.
After they're done enslaving the people.
All right. So it doesn't seem like there's an absolute need to rush things more than unnecessary. Okay. I think my character is just for story perspective is going to go around collecting extra information, and then also he's going to try to reconvene with the rest of the party later to actually go over a strategy.
Okay. Rest of the party, what are you doing?
Are we still in the strip club?
If you want to be.
You know, I gotta give it to them. They're still working it, even though the city was just bombed.
Strippers need to work.
And soldiers often also enjoy those types of comforts, and it can actually be a pretty good living. So, yeah, I can totally see them staying and working.
I know. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's just like, they literally got bombed a couple hours ago.
And you got to admire their spunk and dedication.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Sorry, I want to go back to truck.
What's the matter, big guy?
Too many people.
Well, truthfully, I'm kind of feeling like it's time to get stuff done. If you think there's too many people here, maybe we move on.
Sire looks cautiously around and quietly speaks. We do nothing for this town anyway.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for what to do as well. I don't know this society or army, whatever you want to call it, well enough to really do anything of any help to the people here. Corvus is the only one with any ties to them.
Well, we should probably find a place more private.
Some women
As you
come walking in. You guys can make a perception they're saying something. Perala, you're making out bits and pieces of what they're saying. The main thing you caught was execution. Mac
I don't know who
and
Kerala is.
sorry, Talawa. Sire and Mac, you hear it loud and clear. They're getting ready to do some of the executions of the people who've been resisting.
I let Everald, Nicholas, and Chalawa know this.
Can you hear where they are?
They're at the execution stage between the two taverns.
I informed the party of this.
Well, if they're up on the execution stage, that's not gonna be easy if you're suggesting what I'm thinking you're suggesting.
Well, I'm suggesting I ain't having it.
Okay, then how do we help? I mean, there's gonna be so many eyes on that.
Take weapons. Maybe buy them as slaves.
They're gonna be killed. They're not for sale as slaves, sire. We could just run the truck through the middle of the crowd and throw them in the bed and haul ass out of here.
Yes.
We need somehow to clear a path for our escape, though.
Truck is big.
Yeah, but they have vehicles too. I think.
They do.
Yeah, so I think we can safely assume that.
So let's drive through wall.
That seems like it's gonna do more damage to the truck than help us.
Actually, is there a wall?
No, it's a big stage outside. You saw it when you guys were at the tavern.
I think he's talking about the city's perimeter, though.
There is no wall around the city.
So yeah, then we just pick a route with no vehicles on it, right? The Sire want weapons back when we go to truck.
Absolutely, big guy. You'll have all your weapons. Hey, do you still have any of those grenades?
Yes.
How many?
Four.
Well, those are pretty good for clearing the path.
Sire grins really big.
The other option is we could clear a path or make like a distraction so that we clear up our path. It might also make it easier to load people up without anybody sustaining injury.
I go make distraction. They don't like me anyway.
Well, I don't think they like any of us. Well, except maybe me, but I mean, of course, they love.
Mac just kind of coughs into his hand. Hort, 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 hort.
I mean, you can say what you want, but one of us is constantly shoving coke up our noses and one of us is getting things done.
He just gives you a big wink.
We go?
Everald reads a note he has. Seems Corvus wants to meet at midnight. These people will be dead by then.
Yeah, do you know where Corvus is? Or can you get a hold of him?
I'm afraid I don't have little creeper bots to place notes on people.
You need to work on that.
It is useful.
It sounds almost like Corvus doesn't care about rescuing the townsfolk. If he wants me to at a time when they're already going to be dead, it makes little sense.
He may not have known of this.
Yeah, we picked up out of character, we picked up chatter in Titty Bar about it happening.
Alright.
Sire ride in back of truck and make distraction.
Wouldn't we need a distraction in another part of town, not on the truck itself?
Okay, I go make distraction other part of town.
Before you go running off, let's try and decide what we're going to do. First, we need to go and see how far along are they in preparation for the execution. We might have a few hours while they taunt these people or whatever. We might have a few minutes. We need to.
It's a very good point.
We go now.
Priest, what if you go and offer to like give last rites or something, and then you can see what you can find out about the plan for them.
Excellent idea. I think I will do that.
And take a really long time with each one.
Oh yeah. Gotta take enough time to make sure I get a good glimpse at him and the situation.
You could probably also find out exactly what their schedule is for doing this, because you could literally ask them the schedule and just express that you want to know how much time you have to spend with each person before they leave this earth. You have perfect excuse to ask directly.
I do.
Maybe
Then what are
prisoners
you
in holding
standing
pen.
here for?
I was just gonna say if there's nothing else you need me for, I will make my way over there.
All right. So make your way over there, Nicholas.
Where am I? Just make sure they're going.
Due north.
Just straight up north. All right. Oh,
All
it's
right.
that area with a just like a hangman stand or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
We go to truck now.
Yes, we go to truck now.
We can finish off the rest of our plan there, and the priest can meet us there once he's ready to provide us details.
I make my way up to the shack troop commander.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
I have come to give these prisoners their last rites. You would not deny them that, would?
Last rites? You match the description of someone.
I am but the priest. I have come to give them their last rites.
A member of the
Like
church!
what?
Quick, men, arrest him!
You would deny these people their chance at peace when they pass? Oh yeah, this plan flopped quick.
So the 4 guards come up, Cappy, ready to arrest you.
I'm gonna try to beat the fuck out of here.
Alright, I'm going to require an agility to get away from them.
Feet, don't fail me now. Fuck.
Am I okay? Here, let me help him out. I said I was looking around for information. Would I have come across the stage?
You would, and you see your priest friend get tackled by a bunch of guards and handcuffed.
Okay, let's move me over. Where am I?
You're just outside the strip joint.
Yeah, I see. I'm just moving myself over.
So, Cappy, you attempt to beat feet, and they knock you to the ground and cuff you up.
Just going to ever so convert covertly.
He doesn't need that disadvantage on dex rolls with rules like that.
Hold up. Wait, I'm gonna help him out. Give me a second. God damn it, Cappy.
No,
Okay.
I can't fully blame Cappy for this one, since the party forgot the part where his church got arrested last game session.
That's true.
But hey, there's a distraction now.
Oh yeah.
Well, Cappy, you're having a very interesting experience, right? Nothing seems to be able to get a hold of.
So he becomes insubstantial? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yep. I would suggest running.
Oh yeah, I'd get the fuck up and I fucking book it. See ya. And I'm just fucking gone. However far I can go, I'm
Follow
fucking
him,
just
man.
booking
He's
it.
using some type of sorcery.
Is it time for us to go?
You don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, I don't think we know that this is happening, so.
No, we were supposed to be heading for the truck.
Yeah.
You guys can make a perception, though, as you're heading for the truck.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You see a bald man running very fastly.
You want me, my character to keep moving or hold up for a minute?
Hold for just a moment.
I can do that.
Parala. You're just off in
Talawa.
Talawa. Stop naming characters similarly and we don't have these problems.
It shares one syllable.
You were the guy who was like saying it's completely different.
You hear nothing until you notice Mac stop all of a sudden. Mac, you hear gunfire.
Oh, crap. What'd the priest do now?
Get starter weapons now.
What do you mean?
All right, gunfire. We just sent the priest off to go. He made a distraction. He's not doing what he was told to do.
Not for lack of trying.
We're going to have to go rescue him.
Cappy, I'm just going to give you an idea right now. Maybe you can have him roll a logic or a learning or something. But you're technically immortal at the moment, so play it up.
All right.
Player looks at Mac.
That's having some stand. I'm gonna turn around and swing on one of these fuckers. Hell with this.
You can't hit them though.
Oh shit!
You
I'm gonna death. I bet I could.
That's
I don't know about it. Insubstantial.
okay. Let me help you out. Okay, you can't do any attacks or anything that would attack guard or toughness. However, you have anything that can affect resolve. You could do that.
Let me see here. I do got a few banes.
You could also like just try to yell at them or something. They can't do much to you.
Make them shoot at you. Make sure that one of them's on the other side of you.
Actually, I do got something that affects the resolve my fear bane.
Or you could just moon them and get them to chase you.
They already are chasing me.
Avril begins moving out.
Mac goes with him.
Fire
Samesies.
waits for mistress.
All right, I see Everett.
Unfortunately, none of my bands are gonna help. Certainly, thinking that half my bands be able to be active, so I can't really do too much right now.
So you see an odd-looking Nicholas. Troops firing at him and bullets going through him.
The fuck?
But I see my kind of holler back. Your plan did not work.
I made him better.
Kappa, just out of character, I'm going to point out that screaming at a bunch of people that our plan didn't work in front of the soldiers that we were
Oh
trying
shit! Yeah,
to
okay, forget
attack
that.
thing.
Well, in Nicholas' defense, he's a little freaked out. So I guess he wouldn't be thinking too much.
Oh,
Clearly.
yeah, you guys are going this route. Lovely.
I don't think you get to talk when you're just like, well, I'm going to go, guys. Bye.
I told you exactly what I was going to do. I wasn't expecting this to go down like this.
Oh, Sealy, I did read about the church thing, but only after everything was said and done. I was on the way since we were committed to it. I couldn't really change it based on something I were called to Sealy, so I kind of went with it.
Everybody in?
Oh, hang on.
Dang, Everald. Bringing up the rear, huh?
Apparently, even though I'm always hasted and always very fast.
You're just biding your time till the appropriate moment when you can make an informed decision on your action.
Informed decision. What fun is that? Leroy!
Fucking.
The trooper opens fire. And he hits Everald for 4 damage. Putting a bullet right in his sternum. Sire, it is your turn.
Sire moves past Bob, grabs his sword.
From Bob?
He's the one carrying him.
No, he isn't.
Who's got my weapons?
Everald does.
And then I run toward Everald. Each square is 5 feet or 10.
5.
That's as far as I can go, I think.
Alright, and you draw your sword off, Everald?
I'm going to wait to the beginning of my next turn to do that.
Okay.
How many?
Mac.
All right. When Mac gets to there, he does a rolling dive to there and comes up shooting that
Disadvantage.
trooper there.
Alright, disadvantage 1. So you fire, and the trooper jumps out of the way. As he does, he trips and falls. Parala, it is your turn.
Talawa, but sure.
Talawa.
Gonna move to there and I'm gonna shoot at the one right there on the other side of Cappy because he is still what's it called? And there won't
Insubstantial.
be yeah, so he could potentially shoot right at me.
You wouldn't know that he's insubstantial, though.
Oh, he doesn't look hazy or whatever.
It's not like mine.
They watched bullets pass through him earlier.
Did Talawa, though?
We all did.
Okay.
You hit him, dealing 3 damage. Tell me about it.
I shoot him in the leg. And he grabs his thigh in pain.
And screams, "Are you trying to protect me?"
Must just be a thing for his people.
He fires back at Talawa. And shoots the shit out of her.
Ouch.
So I believe that is 13 damage you just took. And I succeeded your stuff. So he knocks you down. He literally shoots you in the chest, and the force of the impact is so hard, you go flying to the ground.
I cry out as I fall.
Capalicious Bobicious.
All right. First thing I'm going to do for my bonus is cast a quick heal on Talawa.
Didn't do so.
Quick question. Since Corvus is not here, we're not hasted, right?
There you go.
Nope. Unless I'm actively concentrating on something, you wouldn't maintain that anyways. And the only time I went for you guys was when I was infiltrating. So, yeah.
Cappy, what are you doing? Your turn.
I'm going to cast Regenerate on Everil, since most people are going to be around him. I hope.
Alright, roll it.
The aura thing. That's where aura actually, not regeneration. Hang on.
You could do heals and aura.
Yeah, that's right. I got to cast the aura. God damn it!
Your god looks at you and says, "There are enemies standing right by you." No.
Yeah, you got it set up right here. That was just a hella bad roll. Fuck.
He stands up. Comes running up on Mac and goes, "Judo chop!" Using that new babble kung fu.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What happened?
Do you want me to roll it?
It should be set up correctly.
There you go.
So he chops you, but you're so tough that he's unable to knock you out. And instead you grab him by the hand, and you currently, Bob, you have his hand right now.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah, until I break it off and feed it to him.
He fires at Everald, attempting to hit an artery. But Everald, with his incredible speed, dodges at the last moment. Unfortunately, though, as he's moving, he's unable to stop and ends up in the middle of them. Well, Everald, seeing all of them around him, decides to whip out the scythe and sickle and spin around.
Hey, Sire just realized he should have taken the sword first.
But fuck Everald. Everald misses all of them, and leaves himself open to attacks of opportunity from each one.
Well, damn.
That could go bad.
All three somehow amazingly miss Everald as he goes through a series of nimble dodges and jumps. Unfortunately, though, he does not land on his feet after dodging all of their attacks and is now not up prone.
So instead of nimble dodge, it looked more like drunken stumbling.
No, they were nimble dodges.
I mean, he did just try to Beyblade everyone to death.
And Kyle shows his age.
I like memes. What do you want?
The trooper attempts to kick Everald, but Everald manages to somehow not get kicked, rolling away. But now he's much further from the troopers than he was before. Sire, it is your turn.
Sire is going to do a bull rush on the one in front of Mac. I'm going to hit it with my horn.
Go for it, this is going to be your might. And Sire is indeed mighty. Tell us about killing him with your horn.
Sire saw that Talawa got injured, went into his zealous rage and aimed at the nearest target that he could get to, lowers his head, envisions the wall that was in the tavern that I had to knock down because I made it too good, and except this time the target's squishier and he gets stuck on my head as I run through him.
Mac, you still have this gentleman's hand. Just so you know.
Sire, I like your new hat.
and then I'm going to turn, if I have the ability to do so, and make like I'm going to charge another one, but I'm going to keep my hat for a moment because it'll be a buffer against bullets.
Okay, sure. Mac, it's your turn, though.
All right. So I can actually run right through Nicholas.
And so substantial as far as I know.
Okay, so you plan to run through Nicholas into the middle.
Yeah, I run straight through Nicholas, right into this one here with my Bowie knife out. And try and decaffeinate him.
Alright, decaffeinate him. You are unable to knock his coffee out of his hand.
Damn it!
You do, though, manage to get a slice on him that will bleed out next turn for persistent damage. Talawa, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up.
That consumes half your movement, just so you know.
Yep. And then I just move over to there. And I'm gonna aim at this guy. And since he is within reach of Bob. Oh, I guess he's not. What about that one that he's like practically on top of?
That one you could have your advantage against.
Okay, then I'll shoot that one. For some reason, I thought Bob was standing on top of him because he was like dead or something.
Yeah, I'll move my. I guess that's where I should actually be. I just got so excited.
Sire's excited because he has real body armor now.
The shot goes or aims true and ends up ripping out his throat, and he gurgles and falls dead. Oh, wait, hold on. I get another thing, don't I? Because I killed him?
Yep, because you killed one. Go ahead.
So I'll go for the one that I was originally going to aim for. I won't get the advantage, but I'll still go for it.
Nice.
Tell us about... Or wait, no, you didn't kill him. Oh wait, yes you did. You know Lethal Strike. Tell us about killing.
But I don't think the lethal strike takes effect if...
Death Blow, I mean.
Oh, gotcha. This time it goes right through his forehead, and he just falls backward dead.
You have another attack.
Oh yeah.
That's what he get for shooting Talawa.
Okay, next one. I think there's just one left.
Tell us about killing that one.
Can I be fancy about it?
Of
Can I say
whatever.
I shot him twice and punctured both his lungs and more gurgle gurgle dead?
Yep, you get to decide the flavor.
Well, there you go. I get off 2 quick shots and just destroy his lungs.
Thanks for that.
I think
Our plan,
drop it on the ground.
Our plan flopped before it even started. The minute he saw me, he ordered my arrest. I never even got a chance to see the prisoners.
How many more guards up by prisoners?
Actually, I don't think very many, if any at all. I think most of them followed me.
Go get truck.
Wait, I don't see the commander. The commander may still be up there.
I get my weapons from Everald.
Everald gives them to you.
And I conceal them in any way I can, but yeah. And I clean the gore off my horns. So I think I have some red hair dye at the moment.
Just got a fade going on.
Out of character question. Do we actually have to be in combat for me to use like some of my banes or my aura? Or...
No.
Okay.
Corvus, what are you doing at this moment? Shots have been fired.
I am fucking. I just let out like a fucking sigh, and I look around to see what everyone else's reaction is to going on.
Well, the townspeople that are by the stage notice this happening because you're not actually that far from it. And the commander is calling in for more troops as he sees his men go down.
Has he completed the order, or is he like reaching for something?
I'll say that you can try to intercept him as he's reaching for it.
Okay. I know exactly what to do then. So I see him that he's reaching for some kind of communication device. I'm going to slyly point one of my fingers towards him. And he's not producing any sound. So I point one of my fingers towards him, and I use the magnetic energy to propel some of the nanites forward. So he feels like kind of a sharp sting in his neck, and then he can't seem to produce any sound, and he can't actually hear what's going on around him, so he's panicking right now.
He is. He goes to try to call into the radio, and he can't hear anything, can't make any sound. You can hear the radio, though, and they're like, "Who's tying up this line? Who's tying up this line?"
Shit.
He
Damn
attempts
it.
to try to resist, but he still can't get a voice out.
Okay, I don't want to give away my position right now, but shit, is there anything else I could do? I don't know.
1,000. 1,000.
Okay,
1,000.
chill out. Yeah, I'm actually gonna start walking towards him. And why does he look like he's paying attention towards me at all as I'm walking towards him?
No, he's pretty panicked that he can't get this order out that he's trying to get for the last 6 seconds now.
Okay, well, I am gonna fucking I hate you for this, judo chat. Alright.
You have to say it as you do it, though.
No.
Alright, so I will give you advantage. You need to change
Oh,
it
what?
to the attack. You have advantage 3 since he doesn't notice you.
Okay.
I tried to test the heal on to allow, but yeah, I rolled shitty.
It looks like you activated power level 1.
What's that?
I was talking to Kid.
Oh, I thought I had this. Hang on. I had all the slots filled. I don't know why they didn't come up.
Alright,
thought I
so
did.
you knock him out.
So as I knock him out, I put my finger under his helmet so that I can actually transform into him, and I grab the. So I'm gonna actually transform myself right now,
Alright.
because I'm guessing everyone else is kind of focused on the hub up over there.
They are.
Okay, so shapeshift.
Hubbub coming towards you, though.
That's fine. I don't care right now. All right. So I shapeshift into him, taking out his like not his appearance, but I'm just taking his vocals, and I grab the device. Sorry, false alarm.
Understood. Is the execution going as planned?
There seems to be some disturbance on the western side of town. I've sent some men to go take a look at it. But everything's otherwise fine over here.
Understood. We'll send some more men and send you a report back.
Now, when I said the western side of town, that's like the far end of the city, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So that guy's knocked out for a minute, and Everald and Mac and Sire are walking up. The townspeople are cheering all of a sudden as they're walking up.
I'm going to kind of like wave my arms and place my finger over my lips. Shh, we don't want to draw too much attention.
Wait,
Roll your presence,
they're
Perla.
cheering.
Or Talawa.
I'm sorry, they're cheering us.
Yes.
We save execution people.
It takes them a minute to die down, but they eventually die down.
Okay, forget my aura then.
Sire's going up to the stage.
I'm gonna do that as well to check on the people up there, check on their condition.
How high elevation is it?
High enough that you still need to climb up. Corvus still looks like Jack, right?
Yeah.
I release the prisoners on the stage.
Well,
Go
Jack,
ahead.
seems you've been doing your own work here.
You people are too quick to move. Do you know how much more you've complicated things?
I don't believe in breaking eggs to make an omelet.
Well, you may very well just empty the pack if things go further south. As we're talking though, I'm actually, yeah, I'm just kind of transmuting some something to hold him to the pole down here.
You said you're putting him in the pole, is that what I heard?
I'm not putting him in the pole. I'm just transmuting something to
To what? You broke up.
He's trying to tie him to the pole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why not just kill him?
Yeah, Mac looks over and says, wouldn't it be faster just to slit his fucking throat?
I think that perhaps he has some attachment left for these people.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sire helps the
Didn't make
prisoners
a
off the stage.
judgment.
As far as we know, we don't have the full picture. Everett himself said that there was something much more sinister going on regarding the commanding officer. It could be that these people are in on the situation as well. Or it could be that they are under different directives and they are simply blindly following orders, in which case, then I would fully agree with you. But until then, I'm not killing more than necessary. And I look over at Everald as I said this because I know I had this conversation with you.
I told you, cut the head off the snake.
Does this look like the head?
I didn't say that was the head of the snake. But the longer we diddy-daddle about it, the more that encounters like this can happen. The townspeople clearly are unhappy with things happening here, considering they just cheered the bloodshed.
I'm not saying that they're not.
So Sire comes up to the guy that's bound to the pole. Where's boss?
We know where his boss is.
You do?
Yes.
Then why are we pissing around here?
I have a feeling going for the boss isn't as easy as it sounds. She's likely to have guards upon guards upon guards.
Not only that, is that if you just go for a straight hostile takeover of the base and try to execute the leadership, what's to keep them from sending more and larger army?
You sending out that false report.
Well, that's going to be a lot harder to make, considering that there are bodies in the streets.
We go put bodies in tires.
Mac just turns around, just gives Sire a look, and then turns back to the crowd. We need your help. Can you get rid of those bodies where they won't be found? In terms of
The townspeople begin moving.
Where are the rest of prisoners?
One of the people about to get executed speaks up. They're being kept in a holding cell only about a mile outside the city. We were driven out from there.
Why were they about to execute you?
Because they bad.
Because we would not fall in line.
Alright. Corvus is just scratching the side of his head.
We go to the place and let go prisoners.
Let's...
I like that idea.
How about we give them a bigger fist to fry, and then we could leave someone here behind who's actually skilled in infiltration. Other than myself. They have a supply line that they're running in and out of the town. We can make it look like there are cultists that are attacking the supply line, and they'll have to send forces in order to address it. In the meantime, while there's less guards around, either myself or someone else here could begin to unleash the remaining prisoners. That way, we won't have to get more people or civilians tied up in this. In the meantime, I'm going to try to infiltrate the main camp and have a brief discussion with the leadership here.
Do you really think a discussion's going to go somewhere?
I was kind of wondering that myself.
Sire looks at Talawa. Mistress, we go free prisoners?
Well, I think we should finish the current conversation that we're having.
Like I said, they're not going to really leave this place in any permanent sense of the word, unless they have some sign of a military victory. That means either controlling the populace or taking care of them. We're going to have to throw them a bone here if we're going to have to keep them out of here. But we're going to have to show them that it's not tenable to continue occupying the space. That's why I suggested playing the role of cultists and attacking the supply lines.
How long before they start trying to kill more prisoners?
Corvus shakes his head.
I don't understand. You know these people. You know their ways. I mean, I agree with Everald that a false report here seems like the best way to get this to stop. We take care of the people here and send out a false report.
And what would that false report be? Because sure, I could convince them to leave here now, but there are people higher up that will command them to come back here because the threat is significant enough. And that's going to look poorly on them. And you don't think that's going to somehow not play out in their behavior when they come back?
Based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like they're gonna end up coming back here either way. So, regardless of what we do,
that's why I'm saying we make it untenable to stay here, and we throw them a bone. Make it a loss and a victory.
What makes you think they're not just gonna bomb this place to hell if it's deemed untenable? Huh?
Exactly. That's what You think that we can't convince them that they have no need to be here any further, but you also think we're somehow going to convince them that they don't have enough firepower to either eliminate the threat here or just be done with it altogether?
Simplest thing would just be to send their army off on a wild goose chase while we go after the leadership.
That's what I'm suggesting. Well, at least half of what I'm suggesting. Look, I don't care how you guys usually do your thing. And you're right. I don't rightly know how Babel operates nowadays. But I can tell you this. Simply trying to pull the wool over their eyes, it's not going to work. They're just going to come back.
By that logic, then we shouldn't even bother with what you've suggested.
Yeah. Hit and run, release prisoners. They fend for themselves. We go kill Ray King.
We should at least make sure the prisoners get somewhere safe before leaving them alone.
Fine then. If you so wish it, we are going to allow this town to burn and evacuate.
No.
Sounds like the solution is evacuate the people. That means this city falls.
No, I do not wish this city to fall. There must be a way to save this town and keep those, forgive me, Jack, idiots from causing any more trouble here.
Okay. What are they here for? What do we know? What are they trying to do here?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Then don't respond.
Okay, and I want to explain this once more. From what I understand, they're here to both secure a permanent stronghold and to address the threat of the Wraith King. That was what I put in the original report. In addition, however, I haven't heard any mention about the exact research that I was doing. I also put in a requisition for research aids. I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't think the Grunts know anything about it, but one of their secondary objectives was to obtain me.
Why are you important, Jack? And you sent a report to them?
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, why are you important, Jack? And you sent a report to them?
Oh, that's right, it's Jack, huh?
Oh yeah, it is Jack. Well, I requisitioned aid before. I still remain, I would hope, well, maybe not anymore, but I used to have good connections with people there. I was a high level. I spent a lot of time conducting weapons research, medical technology. I mean, you've seen the things that I can make with just a limited lab. I've made weapons much larger scale than the things that I bust out. You don't think that they wouldn't want to retain a military asset like that, especially when they're talking about gaining new research to help with the cancer problem from the irradiated water?
Wait a minute. When have we ever seen you in a lab, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say that you're unimportant. I just don't know enough about you to exactly understand what you were getting at.
I made a lot of the weapons that these people have used. I think that,
So
yeah.
your whole town occupied.
Regardless, all right. So they're trying to establish a base, right? So I don't see why we don't just evacuate the people who don't want to be here. Let them have whoever's already decided to join or give in or whatever, because those people have made that choice already. I mean, it seems that this was submit or die. We evacuate, and if their goal is eventually to take care of the Wraith King, we get out ahead of that, go take care of it, and then we come back and deal with these fuckers.
The issue is that they don't know how to get in, and we have the keys. They will just stay here indefinitely until they find a way to suppress the problem, which could last ages.
But by that point, since we have the key, we can get in and take care of the problem before they do too much damage.
Well, I was hoping you would suggest that.
I mean, I thought that was the suggestion we made like 10 minutes ago when we said, let's evacuate the people and go fight the Wraith King.
Right. But we have to somehow make it seem like they have taken credit for it.
But you don't want to send out a message to them.
That's what I'm
so-
trying to do.
They
Sorry,
don't need to
confused.
take credit for the Wraith King. They can believe they have this town.
Hmm.
Why don't we just make them think that there's some key in this town to defeating the Wraith King, and then they just focus on this town trying to unbury this great secret?
That's not a bad idea. That'll keep them seriously occupied for a while.
Sire thinks that put people in danger.
Not if we
We're gonna
evacuate
evacuate the people. Holy
Yeah.
Jesus. Are you all listening to like every other word that we say?
I am.
People are just prisoners.
No, we evacuate anybody who wants to get out. That is our goal right now. We evacuate anybody who wants to get out. People who want to stay and give in to, these assholes, then fine. They deal with their own fate. Anybody who wants out right now, we get out. We set up some sort of scheme that's going to make them think there's some like special amazing key here that is the secret to figuring all of this shit out with the Wraith King. And while they're busy chasing their fucking tails and digging in the dirt, we go and take care of the actual problem, and it buys us time to come back and take care of them. And maybe by that time, Corvus will have his head out of his ass and come and help us.
Oh,
Oh,
see,
Matt.
didn't we figure out that what that Jack was Corvus? I thought.
I don't believe we have.
Yes, you
No,
have.
we all suck. Did we?
Oh, we have.
Yeah, we did figure out that's Corvus.
And well, that's all well and good. Now we got to kill this fucker here, since we just told him all our plans.
He's knocked out. Oh yeah, he's a commander though. I'm gonna go take the.
You're gonna take what?
I'm gonna take out the recording device.
I was just going to mention that too.
Alright.
I watch him do this.
Roll a perception. You watch him do it.
That way I can learn it and do it to the next commander.
Yeah, and as I'm doing this, I'm not like trying to hide it. I turn around.
No, but it's still technology Sire doesn't normally work with.
Okay, right. So I turn around. I don't really care anymore. But if you're going to try to keep yourselves hidden, anytime you see a commander or any other superior officer, they're going to have a recording chip so that they could document military data. If you've disposed of them or knocked them out, you can remove the chip by pressing underneath the base of the right ear. It'll usually eject. The chips will be encrypted. I can look at them later if you'd like. I don't really. I just. You can see he's just frustrated with the whole situation.
Wait. That chip. Can you I don't know, like do your
Fine,
technology stuff on it so that it has, like I don't know, whatever recording that we want on it? Like, can we erase the bit that he saw of us, like, trying to come save the prisoners, and then we can record our whole distraction plan?
Ooh.
Like, we
Um,
can basically like make you have the chip or something, or like one of your bots or something, and fake torturing some of us for information about it. But then we die, or at least seemingly die, before we give up enough information. Like, does that make sense? We're basically like faking a scene that he saw that gives them the information to do that. And then there's, quote, hard evidence, unquote.
that would take a long time to just make something. If you could record it, that'd be a different matter entirely.
Well, that's what I mean. We act it out. We pretend. While, I mean, can you like put that chip in you to let it record while you watch this happen and pretend to beat the shit out of like, various members here to try to get information?
And then put it back in him,
Yeah.
but
Almost
erase the stuff that's on it right now.
not too much of it. Enough that he knows that we were a problem, but not enough that he knows that we got the upper hand on him.
I could try, but I mean, you're gonna have to probably gather everyone back up here.
What do you mean? Why do we have to gather everyone up?
Because when you guys showed up on the premise, there was a lot of onlook. You would have to recreate the scene as it was before the alteration, and then play it out with everyone's assistance.
What if the chip got damaged, like he got his head blown off and the chip got damaged, and that's all that's on it is just the last minute, 2 minutes, whatever of the recording? Can you do that? Just blank the whole chip and then we just put what we want on it?
Right, but we could blank the chip, but once again, in order to recreate the thing that you need, you would have to recreate the scene.
But my point is, we just cut it off about today, or like the last hour or so. Then we play it out with you recording of capturing us, or somebody reporting in that we were captured, and you beating the crap out of us for information, and then put that chip back in him.
Yeah, that's you're going way too complicated. All we got to do is go in a blank room and then start recording you beating the shit out of us, asking us questions. That's all that's got to be on there. It's everything else, and just let it be at that and stick it back in him.
I could try, but it just the feed is every 24 hours. If there's a gap in time, they're going to assume that there's something wrong.
Yeah, we blew his head off.
Yeah, the chip got damaged.
Yeah, there was a struggle before they took us. Before they took us in.
And then how would he have repaired the chip?
Maybe it wasn't.
We don't repair it. We don't repair it. We give it to them and let them figure it out. Just make sure that's what's on there. And maybe the last scene that's on it is somebody breaking into the room and shooting him in the fucking head.
All right.
And that's why the recording cut off.
If you don't think it's gonna work, I mean, say so. It's just I'm trying to throw out ideas. I don't know what you can do with this kind of technology. I've never seen anything like this.
At the very least, I'll take a look at the actual. I'll actually break in. Look, how about we get off the streets for now?
That's a good idea.
If your If your plan is to go with this, frame it on the Wraith King.
Also, I'm gonna look over to, because the 3 people who are supposed to be executed are still here, right?
They are.
All right, you 3, come here.
They come over to you.
Extend out your hands.
They extend their hand.
I take a quick prick of each one. I'm gonna look over at Sire. Sire, can you grab 3 of the bodies?
They're cleaning them up at this moment.
I go grab bodies. If there are any left. The townspeople were cleaning them up, I thought.
Well, yeah, but could you tell them to go grab, just bring back 3. I just need 3.
They bring back 3 when you ask them.
Okay. I'm going to make the 3 bodies look like the people who are supposed to be executed.
Roll it.
All right. That would be a shapeshift. Shit. Would that be, yeah. Would that be a shapeshift, or could I just transmute that?
You can transmute them. They're dead matter.
Okay, I'll do that then, because that will last longer.
Nice.
So the corpses take on the appearance of the 3 executed individuals. And I make it look like they have striation, or actually, I'm going to look over one of them. Were they going to execute you with a firearm or by hand?
It was going to be a firearm.
All right, I make it look like they have a bullet hole going through the forehead, or the back, going to the back of the head, but exiting out of the forehead.
Alright.
You 3, stay low. Don't go outside for any reason.
Avril comes up to you, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go create your distraction.
All right.
Do we or do we not know that Jack is Corvus?
You know.
You got.
Okay.
You would have definitely figured it out by this point.
I shall be the Wraith King's army. Avril goes walking off to the other side of the city to leave.
Do you need sire help? I look like demon.
If you want to help, sire, that's your choice.
Mistress, may I?
Actually, I have a better idea for us. Okay. Group up. So there's 5 of us, right?
I think more.
There's 6 of us tonight.
Well, everyone's going off and doing his own thing.
Well, accepting him, then yes.
Yeah, okay. Alright, we take on the guys of the guards we just killed.
Interesting idea. Help us move around a lot more freely.
Let's satiate everyone's conflicting desires. At the very least, we can move with impunity, and we can get closer to our targets. I'll start working on actually altering the information that we've received. In the meantime, we still have to figure out what we're doing with the remaining commander.
I thought we were gonna blow head off to Demon's chip.
Well, we're trying not to leave any more bodies.
Can you mind wipe him?
Unfortunately, not yet. However, at this point, I'm going to go walk over to him, and then I'm going to transmute. I'm going to shapeshift him into. I'm going to shapeshift him into Nick.
Okay.
You cut
Okay.
off. What?
I'm going to shapeshift him into Nicholas. Does that come in?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's an interesting thought.
All right.
still say leaving him alive's a bad idea.
If he looks like me, he might not be alive for too much longer.
All right.
Did you shapeshift the rest of them, Kyle?
Yeah, I did. It's just I can't actually do it for them. Okay.
Sire, it feels weird to be so small.
Yeah.
At this
Dirty
point,
down here.
at this point, I'm going to go take the shock trooper from the actual post and then recuff him and then start like dragging him.
Alright.
I suppose on the bright side, I'll get to see what happened to myself in their custody, so it could be a good learning experience to some extent.
Yeah. So we have a detainment cell, right?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna go look back at the rest. Okay. We have a disguise. We have a prisoner. We have a reason to get in. Everyone's going to stir up some ruckus. We're going to wait around somewhere quiet and then transfer the prisoner. In the meantime, I'm going to review the data so I can actually get these soldiers' names. And you're going to remember them because they will inquire about your ID and your rank.
All right.
So, is there a quiet part of town that we could start walking toward?
Yes.
Okay. Start walking that way.
Also, I gave all of you control over the one that's disguised as Cappy. So, aka, I'm not moving him, you move him.
All right.
So, start traveling, party.
I'm gonna hold up the rear, and I'm gonna try breaking through the actual thing as well. Um, okay. Uh, where's a quiet part of town that we could start moving towards?
Well, you sent guards off to the west, so the east.
Okay. Shit, I lost my position. Does any one of these buildings that we're walking across look?
Look what?
Does any one of these buildings look abandoned?
Nope. The one you're walking across now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start walking inside. All right.
So you enter this abandoned building. It looks like it was once some type of shop, but it's recently received a lot of damage from being invaded. Things are knocked over, goods are on the ground. There's a couple of old blood stains.
All right. This looks like it'll serve as a good hiding spot for now. I'm going to take the silence bane off of the disguised Nicholas. Well, the disguised commander.
Alright.
We know what you meant.
Yeah. And I take a seat right across from him.
Alright.
Well, I gotta take a look at the data here. But maybe our friend can tell us a little bit about what's going on. How are you feeling?
What's going on? Why am I in cuffs? What are you doing,
Well,
troops?
Troops? No. I think you're mistaken.
JX5K, what do you mean?
How do you know that?
Because I'm your commander.
You're not in any form and you're not in any garb. You're a priest. We caught you skulking around the city.
I am no priest.
I gesture down to his garbs.
He looks down. What kind of sorcery is this? Did that priest use some type of godly magic to do this?
Well, I'm not quite sure, my friend. But we're going to have a very long conversation before we take you into holding.
Wait, there has to be a misunderstanding here.
Oh, there's no misunderstanding. We had very clear order to detain anyone at the priesthood.
I'm no bloody priest, damn it!
Watch your tone.
You watch your tone when speaking to your commander.
I get up out of my seat and I backhand.
Ah!
Fellows, do my eyes deceive me? Is this man out of the cloth?
Looks like he's a priest to me, sir.
He looks like one of those stinking priests to me.
Agreed. My eyes do not deceive me.
Well,
Men, you cannot believe this heathen. He's the priest.
that's awfully priestly language there, my friend. Now, from my understanding, you had some cohorts that were within the. I know a good portion of them were detained earlier in the day, but it seems like there has been movements elsewhere. Tell us what you know.
I don't know anything about any damn movements.
Truly.
No, I'm one of you.
Is he tied to the chair?
Yeah.
Mac pulls out his Bowie knife and cuts off his left pinky.
Oh, this got interesting.
I'm tired of your lies, priest. Start talking.
Roll an intimidation,
Score.
Bob. I believe that's done with presence.
Mm-hmm.
With advantage because he chopped the finger off?
Sure. I don't know what you're talking about. Please stop hurting me.
Okay. Well, you seem to pretend like you know what's going on here. So please, enlighten us as to what you believe our mission to be.
Obviously, if you're here working with that priest, then you're here to try to drive us out.
I get up in his face, making an awful lot of assumptions.
That's what the church does. They establish their own domain over towns. Just like what we do.
I'm still confused as to why you assume that you're one of us.
Because I am!
Prove it.
What are your orders? Who's your commander? What are you supposed to be doing here?
Hang on. I asked him to prove it. I did this for very explicit reason.
I am X759J4.
Okay. And who gave you that information?
That is who I am!
You are a priest.
All right. Then tell us the rest of these people's names then. Seeing as you're so confident, I believe that he's colluding with someone within our ranks. There's no way that someone like this would have access to this information.
I agree.
Well, as I'm saying this, I like whisper kind of loudly so you can overhear me. I'm just trying to get him to say everyone's name so I don't have to review all the info.
And maybe so we can keep ourselves straight, maybe say who's who.
I will tell you that in a minute.
Yeah.
First one's Talawa, then Mac, then Nicholas, then Sire.
Okay. And I give him an odd look. Okay. And your purported position was?
I'm a field commander.
All right. I'm going to loose your binds a little. I want you to retrieve the data to demonstrate that this is the truth. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Of course I do.
I take off his cuffs briefly, but everyone's still kind of around.
Yeah. So he reaches up towards where his helmet should be. It is actually still there, right? Or does shape change actually change the body?
I changed his physiology.
That's what I was making sure of, so he doesn't actually have the helmet?
No, he doesn't have the helmet. He doesn't have any of his armor. The actual, device would be implanted underneath the actual ear itself.
Alright then, he reaches under his ear. Where is it?
Having some troubles there?
You must have taken it! He goes to try to swing at you.
Temper.
Whoa.
Mac hauls off and hits him with his shotgun.
Ooh.
Roll it.
Should really behave, prisoner.
What would that be, a might?
Yep.
Hit him with the butt end of it. Yeah, that would make sense.
Out of character, Mac, you're actually proficient in influence, right?
In what?
Influence?
Yes.
At what level?
You have a 7 in it.
Ooh. You could be really useful right now.
So he goes to hit you and misses, and then Mac cracks him with the gun. He falls to his knees.
I have no inkling as to Mac's actual capacities, though.
Nope, he has not used that power much.
Shit.
He actually is capable of doing the exact thing you want him to do.
That's what I'm thinking of. And okay. All right. Put him back in binds.
Mac cuffs him.
Which one was Sire? Again.
The U number.
Okay. U10. Could you please watch him for a moment?
I nod.
All right.
Mac is the J5 number.
Okay. I walk the rest of the group over to the corner of the area, and I'm whispering to them. It would be extremely useful if anyone here was gifted in the arts of influence. Maybe if they could mess with his head a little bit, make him a little bit more pliable when we actually take him in to transfer.
Yeah, I could do that. Would you like me to?
I look at him. You're a sorcerer.
Do what?
He said, I look at him and it's like, you're a sorcerer?
No, just trust me. I can do this.
Corvus shrugs and is like, well, do your work. And I look over at everyone again. Remember, do not forget the name assigned to you. It is imperative.
But what is it you want me to do?
Make him either forget or believe that he is Nicholas.
Out of character, Bob, he wants you to charm him, and you know unending charm.
Okay.
That, or if you could do memory alteration.
No, that I don't have.
Nah.
But I look over at Corvus and say, I can make him believe he's a fucking cat if you want.
Impress me.
Mac walks over to him, and you see him bend down and talk quietly in his ear. You can't quite hear what he's saying to him. And now I have to find it.
If you want, Bob, you can just roll your influence. I know what you're doing.
All right. Advantage? Or no?
Do you have Bane focus in this by any? No, you don't. You have Bane focus knockdown.
Right.
So no, just roll it.
I'm gonna make you better. Hold up.
Oh, he's gonna give you advantage.
Alright. Actually, wait. How many? Okay, I got 1 instance, 2 instance. I dropped. Okay, I could do this. Yeah, I made you better.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what is that then? Oh, advantage 3?
So, as you're walking away, Corvus kind of gives you a quick slap on the, and for some reason you feel a lot more confident than usual.
Sweet.
More confident than usual? Wow.
Damn, all that and what's still a suck roll.
You succeeded though.
Oh, okay.
So you make him believe he's Nicholas by charming him?
Yes.
Alright then. So now, all of a sudden, I am a man of the cloth. What are you doing? God will smite you!
Yeah.
You can hear Corvus just doing a slow clap as he's watching this.
Yeah, God's gonna smite us. Shut your mouth.
Alright, I believe we got as much as we can from the prison. Let's start taking them back.
Alright, so you're gonna take him back.
Yep.
Alright
I
then.
can't shoot him now.
What's that?
I can't shoot him now, Commander.
No. He'll have to be formally executed. Or he'll be examined later to gain more information.
Yes, sir.
So we walk out of the abandoned building and start moving towards the actual detainment. As we're walking, I look over at Talal. Is this satisfactory?
Yep, it should work.
Okay. Uh,
Where'd you move us to? I can't find us on the map all of a sudden.
we're at the far left of the next map.
Far left. Okay, thank you. Yep, where I thought. Thank you.
All right. So as we're walking through the town, are there still people looking about for the signs of intrusion that we mentioned?
Not as much on this side, because this is the opposite side of where you said.
Okay, so this is even further east.
Yeah.
Okay,
East and north.
gotcha. All right, so we're just walking along. Do we notice anything that's actually going on in the streets at the moment, or is it just kind of dead quiet?
I mean, pretty dead quiet at the moment.
Okay.
So, in order to take this person to the detainment that isn't outside the city, you gotta go to the place where the commander is that you know.
Right.
It's also where the truck is parked, so you know that's where you guys are heading.
Oh, that makes it really convenient. Okay.
Yep,
I
the first building you guys passed.
surprised they let anyone park there.
So the gate guards are standing there. The one that Talawa slept with is standing there, wondering where his female love is gone. And the other one's kind of teasing him. You can hear about how he got played.
Just real quick, is it me or is he cutting out too?
He has a little bit.
Okay.
I said that the gate guards are there, and including the one that Talawa slept with, and the other ones are teasing him about how he got played, because she's nowhere to be found now.
All right. So we walk.
Yep.
J5 reporting.
Ah, I see you have that prisoner.
Yeah. One of the priests from earlier seemed to have walked away while we were detaining the coven of them.
Go ahead and enter. So the gate opens up. And you enter a rather large mansion, at least compared to anything you've seen, except for maybe Bob. All kinds of makeshift equipment like things you saw in Corvus's lab are here. And you can hear the buzzing of electricity.
Sire fights the urge to pee on the stuff just because.
God damn it. As we're walking in, because you're saying that this is in the hall, can I make like a quick inference as to what this is actually for?
You can. So, yep. So they have radio equipment here, various things for charging gear. As a matter of fact, with that roll, you notice that some of these things you wrote up blueprints for a long time ago and never got to test. Especially some of these charging stations, you know they're used for charging really powerful weapons. But you don't know why they're inside. The weapons you were thinking of would be attached to, like, cannons and tanks.
So they either fix the battery problem, or they've somehow miniaturized the weapon. Okay. That or they're using an entirely different type of munition. Alright. Walking through.
What was the last part, Kyle?
I was just saying, I was just kind of thinking aloud, like what things they could be doing differently. And then I was just saying, well, I'm going to keep walking.
All right. Do the rest of you keep walking?
Yeah.
Yeah, and dragging the priest with.
As you come walking in, some troopers come walking up. We'll take the prisoner from you.
Actually, I'd like to directly report something to the operating officer.
Of course, go right on ahead.
And I turn back to the rest of the men at ease.
I'll give him a nod.
One of them escorts the priest off. So you enter the commander's room. Well, the area he's in. He's standing there. And you can make another logic as you are looking at him.
Okay.
Him, he's the only one who went.
Alright. 20 mean.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you, you have advantage 5 from your last roll.
Okay, then I'll roll it again. Alright, there you go.
They have miniaturized the weapons. You notice several of those cannons on him.
That's fun. Those bastards are playing around with the idea that I have. Okay. Alright. Shit. I stand in front of him, making a salute. Sir, I have something to report.
I'm listening, soldier.
Yes. While detaining one of the remaining priests that were within the city, we heard news that there was some movement outside of the city. I'm sure that you might have overheard the disturbance over in the western area.
I have. Troops
Yes.
have been sent to start examining.
Yes. I overheard some people who were coming back from round that there was some movement outside. It looks like maybe some undead might be on their way.
Yes, I've been hearing some reports of some undead starting to charge in. And apparently someone masquerading or not masquerading around, claiming that he's a Wraith King's general, is sending them.
You don't think there's merit?
So far, there seems to be a lot of merit. But in my opinion, blowing everyone's head off does the job either way.
Very good, sir. If I may, I'd like to inquire, after we've captured the city, what you have us do.
After we've taken care of all those people who won't conform to New Babel's ways, we will continue through the rest of the cities in Louisiana until we have managed to sniff out this Wraith King.
Regarding the matter of the Wraith King, it seemed that the priest had relinquished some information regarding access to the actual stronghold itself.
What did he tell you?
Well, he mentioned that there were some artifacts required to actually gain access to it. Otherwise, there is this impenetrable force field protecting the actual exterior of the place. He said that he and some of his cohorts have actually gathered some of these relics, and that he'd be willing to relinquish them for pardon.
What did he tell you about these relics?
I'm actually going to produce one of the pieces. He said that this was one of the pieces. It seems to be part of a face. He said it's used to, if you can put all the parts together, you can impress it upon this embellishment at the entrance of the fortress, and you can gain it. He said, however, that there are a few pieces that are still remaining.
Interesting. Did he tell you where the rest of his people have them hidden?
No. He said that the rest of his cohort had them, and they were elsewhere. He wouldn't say much else.
Very well then. Here, give me what you have.
I hand him the one piece.
He takes it from you.
Sir, given this new line of information, what would our next course of action be?
We will divide our forces Some will go and start investigating into the Wraith King's location. The others will hunt down these dogs and get the rest of the pieces they have.
Very well then, sir. We'll stand on standby until then.
Very well. And this is a good place to call it.
Alright.
We are the Story Speakers Guild, bringing you role-play entertainment. We hope you enjoyed yourselves tonight.
We love you.
And then, well, everyone who's watching.
Being all sneaky Snoopy.
And tell your friends.
That's a good idea.